is Thursday, March 26th, and you should be watching this video before you read Chapter 6. Our goal for today is to review word roots. As we go into Chapter 6, the vocab gets a lot trickier. So what I want to do is give you some skills to look at that difficult vocab in Chapter 6 of Frankenstein. So I'm going to show you how to do some word math to kind of break down these more difficult words you might find in Chapter 6. So one of the words you'll find in Chapter 6 is vigorous. Now this is a word we don't use often. However, with some simple tools, we can know what it means without looking it up. So if I see the letters VI together, I know that that refers to the Latin root for life. So I know this is going to be alive, lively, full of life, bright, something that is lively. And then I see this OUS at the end, and I know that this suffix means that something is descriptive, and it's referring to the way something is done. So when I see the word vigorous, I know that it's saying that something is done with life or lively. Something is done with life. So I see the word vigorous, and without looking it up, I can determine that it means something is done with life or lively. So without looking this word up, I've done some basic math. I've memorized these two things so that when I see this word, I can put those things together and decode the meaning of that word. I'm going to show you a couple more examples from this chapter. One of the words that you'll see is benevolent. This one is really simple. All I need to decode is this very first half. Bene is a Latin root meaning good. If I see the word benevolent, if I see bene, I know the word means good. I know that any word that starts with B-E-N-E is something good. You probably know another word that uses this root that you use more commonly. A word like benefit. A benefit is something good that you get. So I know that bene means good in words like benefit or benevolent. Now I want to show you one other thing you can do with this same trick. I just learned that benevolent is someone good or nice. Now, I know that because the root bene means good. But in this chapter, I might see another word. I might see this word. Malevolent. Now, if you can't figure this out from the context of benevolent meaning someone good, this word is the opposite. Malevolent means someone bad. The root mal means bad or evil. The best way to remember this one, for me, is the Disney movie Maleficent. She is the evil queen in Sleeping Beauty, who we find out her story is a little more complicated, but she is evil or bad. Maleficent means bad. M-A-L means bad. So if I see M-A-L in any word, I know it's something bad. If I see B-E-N-E in any word, I know that it's something good. Let's try one more. The other important root you need to know for this chapter is anti. Anti means against, or sometimes opposite. This word is a root that you see almost every day of your life. Some common words using this root are antibiotics. These are medicines that fight certain biological things in your body. Antibiotics against those biological materials in your body. Antibiotics. You might also see something that says antibacterial. hand sanitizer. Some soaps might say antibacterial because they go against bacteria. You may also see this root shortened, like antonym. We know that antonyms are the words with the opposite definition or the opposite meaning. In this chapter, you'll see Frankenstein say that he has an antipathy for something. Antipathy is a feeling against something. It sometimes can be used as hatred or opposition, but antipathy means you do not like something. You have a feeling against it. So we use that root anti to determine that that's a feeling against someone. So as you're reading and listening to Frankenstein chapter 6, remember to decode your root words. If you see a root that you've just learned, try to put the pieces together. If you recognize the root, you can come up with the definition of the word overall. And also, always remember the most important thing is if it sounds similar, it usually means similar. And what I mean by this phrase is that if you have two words that sound similar in your vocabulary, they probably have similar meanings. Okay? So that goes for words like we just saw, benefit and benevolent. If you know the word benefit, but you don't know the word benevolent, these two words sound similar, and what that tells us is that they probably mean similar things. So don't let yourself get thrown off by tricky vocabulary in a text. You can always read a text that's tricky. Just pause at those difficult words, look them up, decode with root words, or just move on. You can always read a difficult text. Don't get scared off by difficult words. Enjoy chapter 6. Talk to you soon.